They just it was just that game six, and it was just like you knew it was going to happen. I mean, again, Curry didn't get hot till that second half.
Well, to me, this is this, and I don't want to take anything away.
Well, actually, about halfway through the second quarter.
I don't want to take anything away from Golden State, but and of course, when you say that, you're automatically kind of going to be talking them down a little bit because, quite frankly, Draymond didn't do much, and they didn't play really well, and they still won because nobody on Boston wanted to win it.
They had every chance to win it. They should have.
When you get to game 6 and you're down, whatever it was, 3-2, and you get to game 6, and it's got to be the Brown. It can't be the Brown show. It can't. Brown can't be the only guy motivated. What do you have, 31 points or something like that?
Yeah.
How's he the one? And Tatum walking out with a flip of that? No, you can't. 13 points and you're supposed to be the man on a championship team?
Right.
Nah. Now, I ain't killing him because he's 24. So, yeah. So, there's a good chance this team's young and well-built. He'll have another opportunity the way the NBA is kind of built. But, don't take that shit for granted, homie. You were there.
Right.
And you have no killer instinct, man.
Right, and that's I think is with it. I think maybe they need to get sign a free agent, a veteran, a guy that's won before, and somehow again, is he going to be the main cog? No, but I think he's going to be. You need that kind of coach on the floor.
Well, if you bring in your Chauncey Billups or whatever the case, may
I think
be,
somebody like that, with a veteran under that can basically, show these cats how to basically step on the throat, and when they got the shot and choke them out, then.
I mean, people compare this team to the 04 Pistons, that kind of anomaly where they kind of more of a team and all that, and that's kind of what it was. I mean, they got maybe it's their Rasheed Wallace, so to speak, that they need, but it's like you said, somebody that can kind of be that general on the floor, but doesn't need to necessarily be the guy. But I'm not sure who that would be. But man, that was that to me. You got what you needed from a Golden State performance standpoint. You should have been able to beat them, and you didn't. You had a couple opportunities. After Steph went off for 43. Aside from that game 4, right?
Right. He had 43. I think he had 35 or something in game 6.
So, but I mean,
game 5 was yours. You should have.
Yeah,
that was yours.
That was your game to take, and then you're at home in a game 6 elimination situation,
and you're up 3-2 to win that damn thing.
You need to win that game, and I don't know, man. It's so to me, I'm not taking anything away because in the end, in game 6, you're right. You got Steph Curry played well, and Draymond, didn't have more fouls than points for the first time in the whole
Poole
series.
got hot in the first quarter that basically got the ball going, the game going.
So I don't want to take anything away from them. They won that championship, and they did it as a 3 seed in the West, and it was supposed to be Phoenix's title to lose, and all of that, and so I don't want to take anything away from what they did, but I just think, Boston had it, and hopefully, like you said, they bring in somebody, whatever, or Tatum has an epiphany after all of that, because there's got to be somebody there that says, nah, this is how you finish it, because they struggled to finish. They've done that before. They're losing at home and, not winning closeout games when they probably should, and things like that, extending series when they don't need to. So now you get here with a veteran Golden State team who's been there. We were talking about it when we were doing the Steph Curry breakdown. They've been there before. It wasn't necessarily Durant, although when Durant was there, it was too easy.
It was too easy.
It was too easy. I mean, they basically just steamrolled everybody, and they swept through the playoffs. They lose one playoff game one year?
That's the year with Durant, because they swept Cleveland to win it with Durant. And the problem is then they run into the next year they run into Toronto, who had Kawhi.
Right.
and you had Kawhi and Gasol and every with that. So that's
Well, that was Kawhi's. That was the magic year with Kawhi at Toronto, right?
right, because remember he hit that
crazy shot. They shouldn't
crazy,
even have been there.
No, they shouldn't have been. That should have went overtime. And they probably would have lost against Philly. And he hits that crazy shot, and they win the series on that.
Yeah. Yep. Wild times. Wild, crazy things. Something goes the other way, and it's just a little bit, and it's changes everything.
Still 1-0. 4 minutes and 37 seconds left in the first. So
okay, all right. So I don't know. So we've got some action set up for next season already. We're already working things, and I've also been working some angles for the giveaway stuff. So if you didn't catch my live earlier on the social media, I'll get you up to speed. So before COVID, if you guys are new to the station and the show, we used to do like all kinds of like ticket giveaways and gift certificate giveaways and stuff like that. Like from anybody we would occasionally go remote and do events like that and stuff like that. So what we're gonna do next season, now that everything's kind of rolling and flowing, we are going to do that same thing. We're going to start bringing back some of those giveaways. I've already got some things lined up for the fall when we come back. I'm hoping when we get to our Midsummer Spectacular, I'll have some really cool like announcements to make. But like I said, I've already got some things in the works for the giveaway situation again. And of course, Moose, we've already set up a remote situation. I'm going to try to get some rotation going. So it looks like I'm not spoiling anything by saying that we're going to put the Foaling Warehouse in Ypsilanti on our rotation. I don't think I'm speaking out of turn, right?
no,
We spoke about that. So I think we're pretty solid there. So we're going to take our little show on the road. So with this, we'll change it up a little bit. So what we're going to do is probably once a month ish. We're going to end up somewhere, and it could be by you, I don't know. And we're going to do some live remotes, and we're going to do something a little bit more regimented in the fact that like this needs to be like an entertainment value type situation, right, Moose? If we go somewhere and we're at a cool place, we've got to up our game.
yes,
Okay? We can't just be sitting here shooting the shit with the fellas, talking sports like we do on a typical day. We can't just ramp it up a little bit like we do when we have like the draft or we have like a little like the midsummer, the summer spectacular where we're all
gonna have to kick it into another level.
We're gonna have to take it to another level, Moose. We have to want people to want not only to see the show if they can't make it live, to actually like enjoy it. So like that next level, get excited that we're going to these other places, and then I have an opportunity to come and kind of make it even better because we know. The listener on listener crime stuff was so fun in the chat room when we did that. So I'd love to be able to, scream and yell at each other like face to face. So like I'm down with it. If you guys want to come out and hang out, we'll always try to work some kind of angle where it makes sense for you guys to come and hang, and we'll do that. So the idea is, once a month you'll get that live show. At some kind of remote location, and then you'll be able to come hang out with us. We'll try to work deals for you guys too. We'll also be doing giveaways and all kinds of different things like that. And it's a cool thing too because y'all can come down. Like maybe I can work it so we're giving away some tickets, and you got to come to our secret location to get them. Like we could have fun with this. Like,
yes,
this could be whatever you guys want it to be. So I'm working some angles. Like I said, we've already got the Foaling Warehouse. And if you guys don't know what foaling is, man, Google that shit. It's super cool. It's football bowling. It's been around here in Michigan for quite a few years now.
Yeah.
And so we're gonna go there, and it's cool, man. You just the bowling pins are set up. You throw the football at them, and it's fun. They got the lanes and the alley kind of set up. The places are very cool. So you'll get a view inside the Foaling Warehouse and our little setup, and we've already kind of got a place set up where we'll be able to do our thing. So we'll bring our banner and we'll set up our stuff and we'll look all professional, and you'll be able to check out the place virtually, kind of, sort of, a little bit while we goof and clown around. We'll even we'll toss a couple of balls while we're on the air.
Yes.
Who knows? We could do whatever.
We could do it on
because
there. So
we're
we'll give you a
flipping
little
because we're
rundown on
flipping
it.
rebels.
Yes,
So-
and we got. We'll have essentially the former host here, Scotty Super Genius, will be there. It's a business venture of his.
Yes.
And we may even get former host Jimmy there too.
Well, that's the thing. We could have special guest hosts when we hit the Foaling Warehouse. That's the thing about that. We've got we've got the whole foaling angle and the debauchery that can come from that. So we're working a bunch of different stuff. Anything you guys want to shoot us in our feedback situation, we'll love it, man. Studio57radio@gmail.com when we're off air. This is our season finale. Of course, you can hit up our text line too, and the text line is still alive even when we're not here. I get your messages, so you can do that too, and that number is 313 307-5340. If you don't already have it locked in, make sure you get that sucker locked in, as the cat is having a sneezing fit right.
The cat did
there.
too much cocaine.
Yes, she is basically Pablo-esque. But anyway, so yeah, 313-307-5340. Of course, the text line will be going. So any ideas you could shoot us that we would love to try to work things out. Maybe you got a location near you. Now we're in the Mitten. We're in Michigan, Metro Detroit. So unless you're paying, we're not flying.
No.
Or going somewhere crazy. If you want to pay, we'll come to
Yeah,
you.
you want
wherever-
to give us airfare and hook us, set us up for place on it. We will go anywhere.
Yeah, if you want to cover it, we'll bring the show to wherever you want it. But right now we're going to work some locations here locally. And but any ideas for, like, you guys are very creative. So any ways we can get you guys involved, we want to get you involved. So you got any ideas, shoot them our way. And then, of course, check out the Midsummer Spectacular and stay on our social media, Studio 57 Radio, all across the board there. Studio 57 on Twitter, I apologize. Then you can make sure that, you don't miss out when we get the details down for each thing. So what we'll do is we'll get the dates ahead of time, and you'll be able to put them on your calendar, and you'll know which shows that we're doing, so you can kind of anticipate, and they'll be, we'll push them out there and promote them that and such, because like I said, we're going to try to do all the goody fun stuff in there while we're out. So I can't wait. I'm super excited. So we still got NHL to get into.
Yeah, we got on there. We'll get into there on it. We also got the awards for the NHL. We got MLB to get into.
Yep.
And we're going to get on sort of a little craziness here to wrap up here for this our season here. And again, episode 657.
Unbelievable movies.
We even got more episodes than the damn Simpsons now, finally.
Yeah, well,
Finally.
it's one of those things where, like, you start breaking it down to how long you've been doing it and how many episodes, because we used to do more episodes, and then now that we've cut back, it could have been way more if we had kept up the pace we did early on. But this and Moose, you've been here for most of it. You've been the longest
That's
running
my 12th
host.
year. I've wrapping up here. So.
Yeah, so I mean, so you've been on most of them, and it's been a crazy ride. And I started thinking about all the other podcasts that have come and through the station and all that stuff over the years. And I was doing, the Living in the D show this one is run longer, but that one was our longest running original show, and it was crazy episodes, because we're doing, like, just so many. You're doing 2 every week at least, and then you're doing specials, and then you're doing remotes, and so you'd end up doing 10 or 12 shows a month and it just crank up. But 657 is a lot of episodes, and it's very humbling to be able to think of all the stuff we've been able to do over all this time. So very cool. And it looks like when we get to 658 and so forth and so on, it's only going to be better. So can't wait. So all right,
we're going to take a quick break here. When we get back, we still got lots here to talk about here on this hot Wednesday in June. We'll take a few minutes off. We are DSR2 Studio 57 Radio.
You're listening to Studio 57 Radio, your home for underground hip-hop, rap, and R&B. Studio 57 Radio.
Party people, this is the original Doc Ice, and you are definitely listening to Studio 57 Radio. And if Studio 57 Radio isn't on, then your radio ain't on. Check that.
You're listening to Studio 57 Radio, your home for underground hip-hop, rap, and R&B. Studio 57 Radio.
Hey everybody, Scrappy here to tell you about That Radio Show. Hang with me as I break down the world of entertainment with great celebrity interviews, awesome games with wonderful prizes. Also, I've got the biggest library of underground hip-hop of any station on the... You mix in a little stand-up comedy and a text line so your voice can be heard, and you got a pro show. But add listener-controlled programming? Yeah, you heard listener-controlled programming, where you, the listener, can decide what makes it on, and now you've got the greatest show ever created. So join my show, your show, our show, the people's show, That Radio Show, each and every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, only here on Studio 57 Radio.
Hey everybody, this is your boy Big D, here to tell you about Mark for Life Tattoos. Guys, this place is a clean laid-back studio in Metro Detroit, and the artists are top-notch. And if you're like me from the D, you need to stop in on Fridays for that D-Day and get your old English D for only $20. 9-inch tattoos, Mark for Life does body piercings. Mark for Life is located at 22533 Van Dyke in Warren, and the guys are there 7 days a week from noon to 9. So get at 757-2222. That's 586-757-2222. Tell them Studio 57 sent you and get 20% off. So what are you waiting for? Call them now.
Hey everybody, Smokey here to tell you about Allstate Tire. With winter fast approaching, the most important thing between you and the road is your tires. So don't put your safety in just anybody's hands. Go to Allstate. With new and quality used tires available, you can trust Allstate Tire for all your tire needs. You can visit them at 14208 9 Mile Road in Warren, or give them a call at 586-779-8759. Allstate Tire, your source for quality new and used tires.
What's happening, everybody? Scrappy here to tell you about Love and Life Club. Love and Life Club is a social networking club that's located at 19960 James Cousins. That's the Lodge Service Drive between 8 Mile Road and the D. You need to stop in for $5 Fridays for great music, food, and drinks. I personally recommend the chicken. Love and Life Club is also available for rental, bachelor parties, wedding receptions, or any party for that matter. For more information, log on to www.loveandlifeclub.com. That's loveandlifeclub.com, or call D at 313-999-2824. That's 313-999-2824. That's Love and Life Club. If you love and life, you need to be in the club.
We are taking over this broadcast for the underground.
Studio 57 Radio Original. You know, when you hear that sound, you're gonna have a good time, because that's the sound of the ultimate underground live concert webcast from the Detroit area. We go to the most famous, or should I say, infamous venues in the D, and bring the underground music scene from the streets to your computer like nobody else can. There's only one catch. You never know when and where the ultimate underground is over a broadcast. So you need to stay with the Studio 57 Radio all day, every day, for clues on where the next ultimate underground may happen. Now, there's no other station on that that's going to give you this live webcast of some of the hottest artists in the D. That's the Ultimate Underground live at your home for hip hop, rock and metal, Studio 57 Radio, baby.
Goodbye.
You get what you want, cause we got what you need. Studio 57 serving streets of the D. Recording, mixing, ring, or great beats. We do what we do to keep you hot on the streets. You get what you want, we got what you need. Studio 57 serving streets of the D. Recording, mixing, mastering, or great beats. We do what we do to keep you hot on the streets. Studio 57, two-track digital recording studio that utilizes Cool Edit, Logic Pro, Shure, T, Sennheiser, Yamaha, Korg, Mackie, Boss, Ibanez, Fender, Fruity Loops, and more to make your music pop. Experienced and friendly engineers make Studio 57 home away from home. With beat creation, mixing, mastering, digital media conversion, DJs for any event, Studio 57 Records is your one-stop shop for all your music needs. We have online bill pay and flexible payment schedules. That makes Studio 57 the place to be. For more information, visit Studio 57 Records with a Z. That's www.studio57recordz.com or call us at 586-420-3390. That's 586-420-90 or log on to studio57records.com. And just remember one thing, you get what you want cause we got what you need. Studio 57 serving streets of the D. Recording, mixing, mastering, or great beats. We do what we do to keep you hot on the streets. Get what you want cause we got what you need. Studio 57 serving streets of the D. Recording, mixing, mastering, or great beats. We do what we do to keep you hot on the streets.
Party people, this is the original Doc Ice, and you're definitely listening to Studio 57 Radio. And if Studio 57 Radio isn't on, then your radio ain't really on. Check that.
You're listening to Studio 57 Radio, your home for underground hip hop, rap, and R&B. Studio 57 Radio.
Welcome back, Rebels! Live from Canada Mike's living room. No, big shout out to Canada Mike. We are not live from his living room, but maybe we will be one day, as we will be going remote next season on a semi-regular basis. We'll talk more about that later on. If you missed it, we were talking NBA. And I burped on the microphone. See how professional I am? And we're going to have episode 658, believe it or not. So welcome, hang out for 657, as it is our season finale. And we're clowning, we're goofing, we're talking NBA, we're talking NHL, we're talking whatever to whatever and whatever. So get in on the conversation. Text line is available. Studio 57 Radio across the board on social media. That is available for you. As the cat is vomiting up hairballs right on our monitor here live for you on the internet. Oh, awesome. Well, at least she leaned over the table and vomited on the floor. So let's get Moose back in here to handle the show, and I will clean up the cat vomit because that's what we do here at DSR2. So without further ado, let's get into hour two DSR2. I'm evidently the maid, and here is John.
Here we are back for another hour of DSR2 on our season finale, episode number 657, on this rather hot, steamy Wednesday here in June on there. In case you missed it, we talked a lot about the NBA on there, basically some of the trade rumors out there, and talked about the NBA finals and everything with that. We still got to kind of get into a little bit of the draft into as well. And of course, all sorts of fun stuff on there. So
there's no physical substance.
Okay.
It just really sounds like it sometimes.
Okay.
She does do that where she does, but if she does throw up, guys, you'll catch it there right on camera. As you can see, she doesn't effing care. She just does whatever she wants.
So yeah, we're in the intermission there at the after the first period. It is still 1-0 Tampa Bay over Colorado. As we said, Tampa Bay Lightning, The team
that
just
never
won't
They
die.
just never die. You can't kill them. I will see, but I love the fact that I hope they pull this game off, because then you have just 7 games. I want 7 games so bad.
Yes.
I want to see somebody. You know, we always talk about you. It's not
a series, so the home team loses.
Yeah,
and
and
so far that hasn't happened.
Right. So it's just one of those things where I want to see all that stuff. I'm excited. The hockey, once again, we started to say, we were like, the NBA is doing a really good job with their playoffs. Like there's a little bit more parity. And then the NHL said, well, what?
Here, hold my beer.
Yeah, you forgot. What'd you forget? This is what we do. And it's been super entertaining. So yeah, I want to see it go back. I know. Of course I can't just go out of thing for obvious reasons.
No, I can't
So,
do it. No, no. I don't care. Again, people say, "Well, I'm tired of Tampa." You know what? I'm tired of them winning the 2 on there, but I can't Colorado ever.
Yep, that's kind of where I'm at.
No,
so.
it's like again. Well, the Yankees are in the World Series. I'm going to root for the Yankees. Fuck that. Ain't happening. No.
Well, and speaking of the Yankees, they're like, what, 13 games up or something in the division now? Or
Yeah, something like that. Ridiculous.
Don't crap the bed now, because your fan base will murder you if you crap the bed now. They expect you to win it all. They already got you won the division already. You won the division 6 weeks ago.
Yeah, they're up 11.5 on there. 32 games above 500.
Yeah. But I mean, if you ask, Yankee fans, they're like, yeah, we've got it now. I mean, it's probably a little premature to call it, but I can see why they'd be confident the way they've been playing. But and maybe, and I guess maybe the question is the Yankees being good, being dominant, being that team, is that good for baseball? Because let's be honest, was the last time baseball was really like a viable, like people were really into baseball, like watching baseball? It wasn't like the only thing we hear about baseball right now is like pitch clocks and make the game faster and what can we do with this and that and the other thing. But we can go back to the steroid era where people were like really into baseball. But I mean, when was the last time that people kind of were into MLB without like listening to all this bitching? And I really just think it's Boston and Yankees.
Yeah, it was that
rivalry.
period from 96 to 2005, 2004.
Yeah,
the Yankees won those 4 in a row in the late 90s, which was, again, it was one of those teams, too. You didn't really hate that team under because they were self-grown on that.
Right.
They weren't basically by the team like they are again now with it. You might have to say that. But, yeah, I mean, really.
So that's why I kind of bring up the question, I mean, is it good for baseball if the Yankees are good? I mean, I can't imagine that it's obviously
whether you
not a
love
bad
them or
thing.
hate them, I
Yeah.
think it's at least get you interested in going, whether you're cheering against them or not. And again, are we going to see a Yankees-Dodgers World Series? I mean, with that, the long history of that, we could. I mean,
and those are your two biggest markets.
yeah.
So.
I mean, Aaron Judd. I mean, you look on there with the stats and that. Who is it? Aaron Judd has already got Judge got 25 home runs, and we're not even at the All-Star break yet.
Yeah.
I mean, Mike Trout's got 21. Judge has got 25. Then Alvarez has 21. Pete Alonso's got 20. But yeah, I mean, you look at that. Pete Alonso's got 66 RBIs already. I mean, we're not even halfway through. So with that, so it's like on a with that aspect with it. Unfortunately, stolen bases are gone by the wayside. It just doesn't happen anymore.
No.
And locally here, we got bitching about the ballpark. Well, again, don't ballpark. It's a fair ballpark. It's not a bandbox.
Right.
Problem is, Tigers didn't get the team that they should have for that part. This team should have been the 85 St. Louis Cardinals, where you had guys that stole 50 base average each in the outfield. That's what you need.
All right.
With it, yeah. I mean, yeah. We got 31 as a team, and Judge has got 25 by himself. So, but yeah, I mean, you look at baseball-wise on there, and people, the umpiring is at all-time worst levels.
It feels like it. It feels like it. I'm not watching a heck of a lot of baseball with the NBA Finals just wrapping up and still a little hockey left. But now that, obviously there's not much else going on, I'm catching more of these guys. I thought I had the same kind of feeling. I was going to bring it up and ask you, am I just getting a small sample size and I don't get it?
It is so bad. Last night
it just feels like it's been...
The umpiring, I think last night in the tournament was so terrible. They were bitching about it. So today, the bat brings out the card for Toronto. He got tossed before the game started, just when they're bringing out the light card, because he said something snarky to the umpire, like, "You gonna call the balls and strikes right today?" And gone.
Wow.
At basically both managers bringing out the cards or coach out the lineup cards to the umpires.
Talk about making that shit about you.
Yeah, the last night the home plate umpire only got 84% of the damn calls right behind home base. 84%. The league average is 94%. You're 10% worse than the league average. If you're below 90%, then you don't need you need to go to the minors. And they need to just say as these umpires too. Guess what? We're DFAing you. Designated for assignment. You are out of the big leagues. You're into the minors. We're bringing a kid up. But it's terrible. I mean, I have a feeling within 2 years they're going to have the automated strikes and balls called, because these guys call it damn ball and strike. No. That thing is 6 inches to a foot outside the plate, and you're calling it a strike.
Yeah, that's it's the thing is too with the strike zone on TV and having that. I know it's not 100% accurate, but it's pretty damn accurate.
It's a lot better than what they're doing.
So it just makes it so glaringly obvious when you're watching it, right? Like, you already see it, right? And you're already melting down watching it. But now when you have that box there and the ball shows it and it's way the F out, you're like, come on, man. Like, even this stupid software knows how bad you really are.
Yes.
And then when when umps start tossing cats, that's when they're just making that shit about themselves. And I can't handle. Okay, Galarraga game where he gets robbed from a perfect game from an umpire that shit the bed. That sucked. But we know how he reacted to that situation and how he dealt with the mistake. And I can handle that.
Right. He admitted that he was wrong. Listen, I was wrong. I felt terrible.
That shit was not about him in any way, shape, or form.
No, and he knew that. And James, he was one of the better umpires, too. And he admitted, like, I fucked up. And I feel terrible because I screwed this guy's moment up.
Right.
And with that. But, yeah, you get these clowns today, and they're like... They're so thin-skinned, man. God forbid you question one of their calls. God forbid you can't handle it because you had a bad night on it. Like you just say is, yeah, you're right. We'll do better today. Right. That's all you have to say.
Right.
You're right. We'll work on it.
Yeah.
But no, you're gone. You thin-skinned little bitch.
Well, that's that to me. Yeah, if the dude's chirping all game long and you're in the 6th inning and you're sick of the dude, then yes, you get rid of him.
I mean, it was so bad. Like on Sunday, it was so bad. On there, Hitch gets tossed and mischirped. Yeah, you're gonna go. It's like knock it off. Toss me. I'm not playing today. I'm chirping, baby.
Yeah, right.
How about this? Get the call right. Do your job.
Yep. Don't worry about me. Oh, jeez Louise.
You're making well into the 6 figures as umping a game and getting paid per diem to have.
Well, my whole is what.
You had to be a good ump at one point to get this far.
The only thing, a good ump is one you don't know is there.
Well, you're at least doing the calls. You're not making it about you. You're making the calls right. They have a rating system on there that say, you start doing everything right on it, you're moving up on there to the big leagues.
Right.
And now you're the big leagues, like, screw it.
I'm just going to do whatever I want. I'm going to dance around like a mascot. Or like it's Naked Gun.
Hey, it's Enrico Palazzo.
Yeah. Jesus.
So
silly nonsense. Silly nonsense.
silly nonsense. So let's see. Our NHL. We had our awards ceremony last night, and damn it, Connor McDavid didn't win the Hart Trophy. It went to Austin Matthews from the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Well, I mean, I ain't mad.
No, I'm not bad because I could have been really good.
Yeah.
Those were the two favorites, and I have
Yeah.
no issue with it.
Sure.
I had
Toronto
no,
needs something.
yeah, because they're not going to win a Stanley Cup.
Oh, Canada, Mike. I did set that up, so knock it down. I really feel bad about the situation.
No, he didn't. He did it on purpose. He's literally like, yeah, over the fence.
So I just, I do apologize for that, but
No, he doesn't. He's lying to
you know what, Canada, Mike, like he says, as long as he's got his Tigers, he'll be all
you. Yeah,
right.
okay.
But then, you know,
There's this year.
then there's that. Tigers are so bad. They're so bad.
Yeah, so Austin Matthews won the Hart Trophy. Vezina for best goalie went to Igor Shesterkin from the Rangers. And our own Maurice Sider won Calder Rookie of the Year.
Nice.
And then the Lindsay won the Ted Lindsay Award went to also Austin Matthews. Norris went to Cale Makar, defenseman from the Colorado Avalanche. And then obviously most points went to Connor McDavid for the Art Ross. And he also got the Rocket Richard for well, no, that was Austin Matthews in that. But, you know,
Austin Matthews taking home some
he
hardware.
had a great year. I mean, he
did.
did with it.
He
He
did.
really did have a good year this year with it. And actually, Toronto did get past the first round. And the problem is you know, none of the teams from Canada got to the finals again.
Well, what Toronto needs to do, can they stay young? Can they, you know, add a couple pieces and stay viable and actually build off the momentum that they kind of have right now?
I think, again, they're a
They-
fun team to
because
watch with it. And I
it's been
think
a
if they
long
give
time
it just
for them.
a leadership
Yeah.
cog for the playoffs, I think
Sure.
they're going to do some. Edmonton just needs a damn goaltender with it. I think that's their issue with Edmonton on there. But, you know, like for us and Detroit, we got our defense. It's going to be here for the next decade with Sider, and now we're going to be teaming him up with a new. So, yeah, we're just need a damn. Come on, Eisman. You know, what the hell are you waiting for on hiring coach? Unless he's looking at possibly getting John Cooper from Tampa, offer him a boatload of money. He might leave, even though he's got an extension with Tampa, he may just bolt out of there, and we may get him. That would be great. Or his top assistant. That might be the cases. We're just waiting on Tampa to be done with the season and go from with that. So, but again, this series on there has been interesting. On there, you got Colorado taking the first two games at home, and then
Well, that 7-0 or whatever the hell that game was.
that was
That, guys, I'm sorry. To me, I don't know. They followed it up with a win. After getting shut out and smoked. Like me, it feels like you. I know you were going to say an anomaly. It almost
like
feels
a wake up call.
Yeah, like I don't know that you don't want to, kick someone in the nuts like that. Sometimes maybe it's better that you don't. You don't, anger the beast, so to speak. So we'll see how that all plays out as the series goes on. But I love the fact that this series could easily go 7 now. Like you could have a 4. If this is 2-2, if they win this game tonight, I'm loving it. I mean, it don't matter how many points you score in a game, dude. You just got to win by 1.
Right.
Like you can get blown out, in the 3 games you lose, 7-0, 8-0,
1-1.
Uh-oh. But all you need is one goal to win. So, we'll see what happens here. But Stanley Cup playoffs always outstanding. Always outstanding.
Yeah, I just wanted to go 7.
Yeah, I do too. So the Live Tour is still.
They got
in the news.
now they got Brooks Koepka bolted on
And
Monday.
that guy's such a fucking clown. Shit, he gave the media about
bitching about it,
putting a cloud over the PGA by even talking about it, and what did it?
I guess his 55th place finish at the U.S. Open kind of like
that guy's so disingenuous. He's such a piece of crap.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. He just took that money and ran after talking all that crap. What a turd. Just whatever. It's F golf. Like, who cares? Nobody even cares. How does golf draw so much money?
Because they're rich people.
Yeah.
Watch it. Rich people play it. So that's who's spending the money.
Like,
Rich people.
I don't get it. I mean, you got to pay $30,000 a year or $50,000 a year or whatever it is to get into a club, and then what? Like, how does that pay for? Like,
Well, like to join Oakland Hills, it was $75,000 initiation fee, and then you got your yearly dues. Then you got to spend so much every month at the club. Well, not used to spend so much money at the clubhouse anymore because it burnt down.
yeah.
But they got to spend so much money every month on there too with it. But yeah, I mean, you look under all these. None of these cats are basically working class families.
So stupid. Golf is so dumb. So it's basically
For the
rich
most part.
people giving rich people money.
Right.
I want some.
I mean,
rich
great.
people money.
You leave, get the money for the year and that, but you think you're going to get these endorsements back when this league folds? No.
Well, when the Saudis get bored with you.
Yeah, they say they're done with it, and they'll go to the next venture and go from there. But you think like Callaway or Titleist are going to take these cats back? Nah, I don't think so.
Well, the problem is you're just gonna. I mean, okay. I get they're picking up steam as far as who they're getting involved, but like it's just creating inferior competition.
Yeah.
So like, you're not getting better.
The
golf.
team concept, the point concept, it's stupid.
Well, yeah, I was about to say the format. People, that's a whole nother fucking argument. But I mean, just in the fact of golf, you're not growing golf in any way, shape, or form. You're not helping the golf game any way, shape, or form because you're having watered down competition. And then now you're creating something that doesn't format wise, doesn't even jive with what, the majority of golf is, or has been, at least in the States. And so I don't know, man. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. And I get it. Let's say you like the stupid format. Okay, format. I like the money. But like don't blow smoke up my ass. Just say I want that. I'm not turning on that payday. But don't give me none of that other bullshit. Just say what it is. Just call it what it is, man. I'll respect you more for that. I mean, if Bruce kept on saying shit, yeah, I know I said all that shit, but fuck it, man. That's a lot of money.
Then I'd have at least more respect. At least he was honest.
Yeah, he can't say that shit, though, because the Saudis will smoke his ass if he does. I'll fucking put him in a barrel somewhere.
I think what they need to do is put real alligators in all their damn water hazards on there. So if you hit it, you got to hit it where the damn ball lies.
Yeah, it's on an alligator.
You got to fight an alligator.
It's on an alligator head. Then I stand on its back and crack one into the. I don't know. Whatever. If I'm trying to grow a sport, I get news in all the wrong places. I just feel like that's what golf's kind of making. There's a lot of
golf is making the same mistakes baseball is. They've basically gone away from developing the sport, growing the sport, getting kids in each city play the sport and everything with that, and that's where you're seeing baseball is you've got a whole generation that just doesn't care.
Yeah, exactly.
And again, if they would have had another work stoppage and cost another World Series, you would have lost your entire fan base because people would have said, you know what, I got other things to do. And again, I'm at that point too. Is I'm not sitting there watching the game on there if I got other things to do. If I'm working in the yard, I'll have it on the radio.
Yeah.
So we got also the draft is tomorrow night. We got some stories on there. It basically is will the Lakers trade Westbrook on there? That's the number one question on CBS. Like,
who and why?
First of all,
what?
Who's taking it because he's opting for that $47 million payday?
Right.
I mean,
who would take him? Why would they take him?
And who's paying the contract?
And what in the hell would do? They'd have to eat most of that contract.
Yes.
There's no way. So what's the point?
Yeah. Great.
We were talking about LeBron not getting a championship. He ain't going to sniff a finals.
You may not sniff a playoff.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's a good chance they don't make
keep
the
talking.
playoffs.
They're going to make the playoffs. Are they?
Are they?
And don't get this crap about, AD will be healthy. Yeah. Okay. Well, first time ever?
Yeah. I was about to say when.
When
does that ever happen?
Somebody talked about it too today on there. It was like, if Clay and Steph weren't hurt in the bubble year and say suddenly Golden State's healthy and they make the playoffs, does the Lakers win? No, I don't think they win.
I don't either.
I don't think because if Clay and Steph are healthy and they're on it, then they're in their playoffs. The Lakers don't make it out of the West.
Well, my argument would be if Clay and Steph are healthy for both those years that they didn't do dick, what makes me think it'd be any different than when they were healthy?
Right. Yeah,
So-
Phoenix doesn't make it,
so-
and the Lakers don't get to the finals, and the Lakers don't win the finals.
Right. So, like, to me, they get one of those two,
Yeah.
and then they probably get to at least a conference final in the other one because they're just perennial contenders.
Right.
So if they don't get to the final, they at least get to a conference final in one of those 2 years. And I think they could possibly get to a final and win one of those. So let's say they have another finals appearance and another championship. Like, so yeah, Phoenix don't get one. Doesn't get to sniff one. Who won?
Phoenix might be because that was an anomaly year for Phoenix. They were actually everybody was healthy there. But the Lakers, I don't think get to the finals.
No.
I think that Golden State gets in the bubble,
Sure.
and then they probably beat Miami.
Yeah.
I think Milwaukee on there was. I mean, but and who knows? I mean, they if they go to both finals under, who they could have won freaking 3 in a row then.
All right. You never know. So it's one of those things. We talked about the same situation with the Bad Boy Pistons, right? If Isaiah was not injured, and
They win 3 in a row.
they win 3 in a row. So, I mean, but we'll see. One of them things. We've got a couple new podcasts we'll be trying out this summer. So hang out as we've got the playing thing going on. We already got some guests lined up for that show. That'll be the Heel to Face podcast. So we'll be talking pro wrestling, combat sports, and like I said, we've already got some guests lined up, and it'll just be some kind of co-host for the most part. Occasionally I might do a solo show, but for the most part I'm just going to bring in another athlete, and we're going to have some fun and rock that out. So as we get things set up and get ready, some will be live, some will be in, and we'll just kind of play it like that. So I'm working things out, getting things figured out, and I'll get you the schedule here in a couple of weeks. So make sure you stay tuned to all of that. We're running out on a little bit of AEW wrestling here because my friend Mel right there, she's holding the title, Thunder Rosa, and so I don't know. They got a review on Sunday, so I imagine that's going to be the matchup Sunday, right there for the title. That'll be fun. And then Wednesday, they're doing their Blood and Guts show here live from Detroit. So I will be in the building, hanging out. I should be right by the entranceway. So as the entrance ramp, if I looked at the map correctly. So if you're watching next Wednesday, you might say if I'm by the entranceway.
Okay.
There's a lot of camera potential there. So we'll see how that. I'm not 100% sure on that, but that's show. And of course, IWE returns July 9th. So I will be doing that as well. So I'll hang out for more info here on the station, the page, and all that stuff. JW Belts. We are starting to get back to getting things done. There'll be new prices, new products and stuff coming up soon and coming. So yeah, and then potentially in the off season, if I can sneak it in, we've been working some updates to like the website and stuff like that. So yeah, it'll be fun. And then the Midsummer Spectacular Moose will talk about a Stanley Cup champion.
Yeah.
And whatever debauchery is going to be, plenty of NFL shenanigans and things going on. Maybe we'll know more about the Deshaun Watson situation.
Yeah, well, should know more about that.
Situation. Austin Matthews, woohoo, yeah, of course. Oh, yeah, it's a little bit there, more Canada. I'm like, the Austin Matthews, like, cleaning us there with the NHL. Sorry. But that's probably, that's a good, I don't want to say it. I like the NHL, like, award situation, I think. The ESPYs are neat or whatever. I don't know. I just think the NHL, the way they kind of inconspicuously dropped it. They did a whole show, I'm sure.
Yeah, they did a whole
last
show on air with the guys, and I think they did it in Vegas again.
Yeah,
on there,
so I kind of like it. They just do that. What is that? Tuesday night. And
Yeah.
give you a little bit of something there, and I like the NHL one. That's not too bad. So, I don't know what you guys think about that stuff. The ESPYs are okay. They're not too bad, but I'm not a big award show guy. But I do dig the sports one and the NHL one in particular. Yeah, they're doing their Forbidden Door pay-per-view here as we're sitting here shooting the shingles, and it's like an inter-promotional thing. So you're seeing a lot of people from other promotions that are gonna come over and do some matches. Now the sustainability of these guys being around for any length of time is not realistic. So hopefully just do them as kind of like one-offs and kind of make it. That's what makes it special. But they have been bringing them in and kind of teasing them or having them do matches and set up storyline stuff. But I would just do it like one-off style where like you don't know what's gonna happen until you get to Forbidden Door. I'd have all these crazy Easter eggs all the way up until then, and then when you get to the pay-per-view, it was just gonna be who was Blood and Guts. That's where I'll be. That's their version of War Games.
Okay.
With the 2 rings. That's can't call it War Games, so they call it Blood and Guts. Making fun of Vince McMahon, who said that, well, that show over there was Blood and Guts. They don't do, sports entertainment. So then they called the show Blood and Guts.
Vince McMahon just needs to keep his pie hole shut, though.
Well, and that's where we really need to go because that dude, talk about some slimy shit. We just got done ripping how many people in like the NFL and whatever, owners, players, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
But Vince McMahon takes the cake.
Oh, God, yes.
I mean, that guy is a scumbag. And then he's a cocky one, too, because he starts out there like a chicken, almost falls off the damn steps, and now he's a fucking meme again. They got him like, he did this thing where he like lost his footing on the steps, and he looked all crazy falling out of the ring, and now people are like photoshopping him in that weird position, like falling from the sky, and like, and all these like weird, crazy places and position. But so that's, I guess, maybe, I don't know if you like that stuff. That's a good side effect of what happened, but this guy's such a scumbag, and he's screwed, dude. That company, dude. I'm just saying, man. You've got Kevin Dunn's gonna get smashed for fucking infrating. You've got all this shit going on with Vince McMahon, and then meanwhile you got a not so hostile takeover working in the back door, whether you want to believe it or not. Fucking your boy, what's his name? Khan over there. He's the muscling in on that thing, and he can make all the money he needs to make off of content and not need to like have that company continue to run.
Right.
So he don't give a shit. And Vince McMahon walking out there strutting around talking about now then and forever, little tagline, and WWE's never gonna die. No, dude, you're killing it slowly for the inside out.
Yeah, it was just a matter of time.
And so I just think to me, it's a matter of time before all these. I mean, you can patsy all these guys, and he's going to have a multitude of patsies that will go down. But let's not get it twisted. Nothing. Okay, Vince McMahon is the single craziest control freak in the history of humankind. He micromanages every single aspect of WWE. It always has. I don't care who is his VP or whatever the fuck he brings in. I don't care. I don't care if the guy makes him more money than he's ever made, millions, billions, quadrillions. None of that stuff matters. Vince McMahon is a control freak. And if you think that anything was happening in his company without him knowing about it and green lighting it,
right,
you got another thing coming. So don't. It's just there's he just runs ruckshaw on everything and just he does the dirtiest stuff. This is dirty and it's nasty. But I mean, if you paid somebody, whatever, and they were consensual, whatever, like I'm not, but like, this is not even the tip of the iceberg with this guy, I'm telling you. And then you're going to have insider trading. You don't think that didn't happen without him knowing about it?
Of course it did.
How do you think that happened? Do you think Kevin Dunn just pulled that out of his ass? No.
And then we're not even talking about all the other extracurricular activities that's been going on there, and the sexual harassment and everything else.
It is such a flippin' mess. So yeah, I don't know, man. I was always the one that said WWE's it's not going anywhere. The kids will take it over, and if they continue to maintain relationships with sponsors and television and all the things that goes into promoting and keeping that company financially viable, then it'll never go away. It won't. But yeah, this is definitely a crimp.
All right, we got 2-0. 2-1 Tampa. Victor Hedman scored the second goal for Tampa.
Oh, and they needed that. They got to win the game, obviously. Going down 3-1 and heading back to Colorado is not a situation they need to be in. So, big time goal.
There's 5. There's literally 6 minutes left in the second period. But yeah, the whole thing with Vince on there. I mean, yeah, you look into it and long term. I mean, this is, you know what? Part of me says it's a shame on their but it's karma.
It's one of those things where
finally got back on there.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes. He did this stuff with the steroid allegations and all that, and he got away with it. I just think when you start you're a publicly traded company now. It isn't the same.
No, it's a whole different ball of wax now that you're a public. You have even more rules to adhere to, and
and then you're subject to all kinds of different, investigations and such. So, and the criteria of what's expected from you. So, yeah, I just think it obviously it's beyond a bad look. It's more about how crippling is it going to be and who they're going to allow to maintain, and then what happens from there, because it's been Vince McMahon's baby. So no matter who takes it over, even if it's his kids, they're never going to love it like he did.
No,
they're never going to put themselves on the line for that company as much as he did. And so does that mean they don't stay? I mean, that could lead to WWE being, shown basically just being a library. But man, that wouldn't be good for wrestling or wrestling fans. So but I can't believe that anytime if I hear something like that, I hear some of the crazy insider trading and, affairs and all this other, I believe it. I don't know why, but if someone said, hey, all that stuff's going on in the front office of WWE, I'd be like, oh yeah. That doesn't surprise me at all. And, yeah, that's never a good thing. It's just not. But anyway.
So yeah, we got the draft tomorrow night. So right now it looks like Orlando's going to take Jabari Smith, number 1, the power forward out of Auburn, the freshman on there. Which again, I probably on there. Holgram, who knows? Because he hasn't released. There's some issues about him releasing his medicals.
Interesting.
So we'll see if he starts sliding down on it. I mean, if I was Detroit and we had the number 1, I don't even know if I go Jabari Smith, because how we played in the tournament left a lot to be desired there on that.
Yeah.
I mean, I would almost go Paulo Banchero, the power forward out of Duke. I thought his upside might be at least a little better short-term wise on there. If we try 4, right now it looks like, again, I keep hearing Keegan Murray. I really don't know about that. I know he would be a good fit for a stretch 4. But again, he's 22 years old. He's a senior, so I don't know about that. Or no, he's a sophomore. So I don't know about on there. I mean, I heard Benedict Mathern is kind of rising up the ranks a little bit for us, a shooting guard out of Arizona. Okay. But he's a great defender, so he can play. He can defend whether the 1, 2, 3, or 4 position there. Good shooter. Might be a perfect complement to that. Everybody's high on Jaden Ivey, but then again, as I keep looking at, is name me a damn kid out of Purdue that's actually performed in the NBA.
That's a horrible stereotype, but that's a fact. I mean, it's been what they just don't produce a whole lot of.
I mean, even remember Glenn Robinson, Big Baby. I mean, on there, he had a decent career, but nothing great.
Yeah, that's why I said I don't want to kill somebody just because they go there and they don't have alumni that have like hung multiple banners or whatever. But yeah, it does feel like, I don't know. Yeah, there's not a lot of.
I mean, the only problem is nobody watches Pac-12 basketball on there. So I would just say, Shaden Sharp, nobody's seen him. He didn't even play this year, but he was able to use the loophole because he's a year removed from high school, so he could, go into the draft. So with it, and then our Pistons made a trade, and of course we're not going to see any benefit for 5,000 years with it. But yeah, I mean, really, what the I think the Pistons are going to go after a shooting guard. Hopefully, it's probably going to be Ivy or Mathern on there. I'd probably say is on with it, because I think they're going to try to hit the free agency, try to give somebody some money. I would not take the kid from Phoenix on there. I'm not getting $30 million contract.
Right? Yeah.
If anything, I'm going to I would re-sign Bagley and try to go after Miles Bridges. Personally, he's a restricted. Fine, make Charlotte pay. You guess what? With that, and that way you look at that on there. I was hoping they would get the number on there for Grant, and then that way you can get your stretch 4 and your shooting guard, and you're all set for at least short term wise, and get this team together. And then you could still got free agent money on there, so you can bring a veteran in there that kind of guys kids. With Ivy really wants to come here. He wants to play with Cade.
Right. So they need something. I mean, I was kind of just trusting in the process and all that, but they have not really made like the progress that I'd like to see.
No, I was expecting a little more.
Yeah, and now Cade, I'm not killing Cade because he has come along pretty well considering how teams around him right now, but I really was kind of more so. I'm gonna try to stay optic here, dude. But I have a feeling I have a little bit more of the same. I don't know who who do you bring in that changes this thing up? Like, I almost feel like, I don't want to kill the coach, but I almost feel like that's gonna ultimately.
I think again. The problem is with the ownership. Who knows on there?
Yeah.
As much as like the coaching, I think that's. A year, and if they don't make the playoffs, then you go to give a step up. You need to upgrade with the coach wise. I like Dwayne Casey, and they need to make that. They got to make progress with it, and I think they get like Ivy or they're in there as a shooting guard. Then you've got a 3-guard rotation, because I think Killian Hayes, the last month or so of this season, you've seen progress with it. Also, too, with Killian is his defense is really good. He just needs to start hitting baskets. And then I think if he comes off the bench as that 3rd guard in a rotation, it's going to take some pressure off him, and he might get some progress with it. Well, yeah, and again, too, he's still only 19 years old.
Yeah.
So it's not like, oh, yeah, he's been here forever. Well, he's been here for a couple of years. But remember, he's only 19. He just turned 19 like a month and a half ago.
Wow.
He was 17 when we drafted him.
That's crazy.
So I don't mind that on there. But yeah, we need a score. We need a shooting guard. Again, a wing, because again, guards, small shooting guards, small forwards, they're all interchangeable. They're a wing.
Yeah.
That's all it is. We need guys who can hit them in their shots from the wing,
Absolutely.
and we need a stretch four. With that. So that's just me on there.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, like I said, who are you getting in free agency that's going to make that viable change? I don't know. Detroit doesn't draw anybody. You have to overpay if you're going to get anybody here. I don't know who that is going to be. So that's going to be the conundrum. The struggle is because unfortunately you're in that area where I don't know, the draft. The ping pong balls don't do us any favors. And
we got lucky last year, but this year didn't help us.
Yeah, and so
we should have been 4. If we were 4, we were going to get Murray. We were going to get Ivy guaranteed. And now that would I have liked to have been 3rd and get Banchero? I would love to have that.
Right.
Then you get Banchero. Then you can basically sign a shooting guard. You can get Brunson in here. You can get Bradley Beal in here. I mean, that would make it great. If you can make that move like that and get one of those 2 guys in here, then boom.
Yeah, I mean, that's the key is I think you either have to make that trade or you have to draft that next guy, but that's hard to do. The Golden State Warriors, though, kind of have that model. They've drafted a good portion of those guys and picked up some players along the way. And
made some great trades.
And made some good trades, but I guess, I don't know. I guess I don't know who you fleece, but at some point,
the only thing holding
at some point you almost have to.
Yeah, the only thing in our favor is who's drafted ahead of us. It's Sacramento at 4. Again, Sacramento. They're going to screw it up.
Yeah, more than likely.
They drafted Halliburton and they traded him. And what are they going to do? Draft a Halliburton type player. Well, dude, maybe you kept Halliburton.
Yeah, well, once again, that organization is a hot mess. Sacramento is never in play for anything ever, it feels like, except for disaster.
So the Michigan Panthers have their first pick in the 2023 USFL draft.
Oh, they're going to have one?
If there is one.
Yeah.
They secured the first pick overall, but
by being the worst team ever. Well, what the this guy can't flip and coach
anywhere.
Anybody. Yeah.
Again, I just saw one of these. I'm like, great mediocrity at best.
Yeah.
Not a guy that's basically passed them by.
You gave him way too much effing credit.
Mediocrity at best?
Yes. You gave them way too much
best.
credit.
That's everything worked out.
I know.
You
gave them way too much credit. They won one effing game, dude.
2. They won their last game of the season.
Oh, did they? Yeah. Oh, nobody watched because they lost all the other ones.
It was going to be hot garbage when you wasted your first pick overall for Shea Patterson.
Yeah, and you cut him like 3 weeks in or whatever.
So the Big Ten is talk about restructuring it. They're going to get rid of the divisions. It's going to be all 14 teams, and basically teams play their top rivals, and then other teams in the Big Ten kind of rotate. So pretty much if you're in the Big Ten West, we're going to win every 4 years. Nope, that's gone away by. You're never. So Iowa, thanks for playing. Be regulated to 3rd place at best. Get used to the Outback Bowl from now on.
That is very hateful.
Nebraska, nice for playing. You lose.
Very spiteful.
Because it's going to be your Big Ten runner honor. It's going to be Ohio State, Michigan State, and Wisconsin. And maybe if Penn State, if they actually hire a legitimate coach. Because James Franklin is a boob. He can recruit, but he can't coach.
Oh, shoot. Anyway, so Canada Mike, thank you for hanging out with us in the social. Everybody else that got in on the text lines and all that stuff, good stuff. Thank you very kindly. We appreciate everybody that's been rolling with us. Moose, this is that time of year, man. There's not a whole lot going on. Like, we'll have a Stanley Cup champion. We're going to that. But there's nothing else out there. So it's all about baseball, really. And so it's the dog days of summer, Moose. We do. And you, Moosey, are getting married.
Yep, gonna do it officially again.
Yeah.
Hopefully this is it. I ain't doing it the third time. It ain't happening.
There's no, we're not doing it the
No.
third time. We did The Bachelor on Saturday.
Yep.
How'd you feel afterwards? Not bad?
Not bad. I was a little tired. I mean, I got to sleep until like 9:30, so.
Well, that's good. And you had a decent Father's Day to
Yeah,
follow that up?
yeah. I know. Of course, I did all the damn cooking, so I had to cook
there you
brunch for me, the future wife, and her parents were down on there for her bachelorette party and my bachelor party. So I did some cooking and then breakfast. I did a nice brunch. And,
Nice.
bought a whole flat of Michigan strawberries. So I did some strawberry pancakes with some eggs and sausage, and then did cut up 2 quarts of strawberries for dessert for dinner with shortcake, and just had burgers and potato salad and corn. So
Oh, nice.
it was a perfect game. I mean,
Yeah.
Sunday and Saturday were like weather-wise was just you couldn't even
Yeah.
ask for better.
Yeah.
And then everything gone to shit when the goddamn heat, like the sun got like 80,000 miles closer to us.
Yeah, it was kind of wild. Yeah, right. So, yeah, mine wasn't too bad. Same thing. We hung out, of course, and I got home at a decent hour and got some decent sleep. And my daughters had come and got me and picked me up and took me for lunch. And I went and did that before I got a little work done in the shop, but in the morning. And then I got back from lunch and things and went and saw my pops and hung out. Lucky enough to still have the old guy around, so went over and saw him and dropped off some stuff and hung out there for a couple hours. And then I came home and the old lady made this lemon chicken I really like with this it's the red skin potatoes, and they're like they're Parmesan roasted potatoes. Ooh. They're really good. And so we did that, and I played it pretty chill. I watched some wrestling, pay-per-view action, and just so it's nice. And we're gonna do a little bit more of that. We need that, Moose. We need that decompression. We need that time. And but we're not gonna be gone forever, guys. We're to just take a break, and we're gonna come back for the midsummer spectacular. We'll stay tuned to the social media. We'll give you the date. I'll still be popping around and going live occasionally. We'll have some other podcasts, like I said, coming for you. Heel to Face coming soon, so hang out for that. And we'll be back next season, and we'll get into some more stuff. So it's going to be fun. We're going to be coming to your town, hopefully. We're going to be taking this show on the road. We're going to be giving stuff away. It's just going to be fun. So it is not goodbye. It's see you later. Make sure you hug your loved ones. You tell everybody how much you appreciate them every chance you get. I make that a mantra now, man. I lost so many people. It's crazy. So a big shout out to I lost a brother not that long ago, and I've got his mutt here, and I've inherited his terror of a dog. But big shout out to the family and everybody. I love you guys. Billy, I miss you. Got your dog here. I'm glad we got to talk and have those moments, and I got to be with you. And you guys do that, because you can make money again, but you're back. But we'll be back. We'll see you guys. Love y'all. Be
Peace
good.
out, brothers. Have a good summer.
You're listening to Studio 57 Radio, your home for underground hip-hop, rap, and R&B. Studio 57 Radio.